Hey guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying positive out there. It is never a dull and boring moment in crypto, finance, or the stock market. That is why I love doing daily market updates. Now, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 20th of May, 2024. There is a lot happening in the world of finance. We've got earnings reports coming out. Whole heap about cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, rulings on Craig Wright as well. Genesis getting an approval to repay its debts, which is interesting as well. And of course, we are live at the moment, just waiting for a few more people to come in. And by the way, I'm like 2 minutes early, which is incredible. So we'll wait for a few more people to get in. I do see the live chat, by the way, and always, as I do on the live streams, make sure you let me know wherever you're watching from around the world, and if you can hear me loud and clear. We've got Nikki from South Africa there. First one. That is legendary status right there. So the first comment in the live chat, we have hello from Germany. Welcome, Holger. We've got South Australia, Ballarat's in the house. Welcome, Shane. We've got Lawrence as well from New York. We've got New York in the house. We've got Johnny from Melbourne, Gold Coast, Newey again, Texas. This bitch in this bitch. That's awesome. I love Texas. I can't wait to get there one day. Very, very soon. Philippines in the house. We've got Giovanni. Ciao, como este? Welcome back to the channel. And how's everybody been this weekend? Did you enjoy yourselves? Again, there were some incredible dollar cost averaging opportunities over the weekend. Who else have we got here? We've got KK from sunny London. Is it sunny in London? Is it really? We've got John from Wales. BK from Atlanta, Georgia, I believe that is. Anyway, that's awesome. Welcome, everybody. Again, I love how crypto just connects everybody from around the world. It's absolutely incredible. So welcome to the live stream. How's everybody been? There have been some serious buying opportunities today. Honestly, this is the ideal time that I like to dollar cost average into my assets. And I've pretty much got them set to auto, by the way, as well. So there's an interesting tweet that I saw. Somebody canceled their Netflix subscription to literally put that money into Bitcoin, which is very, very smart. Very, very smart. Let's have a look here. We've got everyone coming in now. We've got 54 people, so we'll wait just a little bit longer. How are you keeping? Well, Patrick from sunny North London. Been keeping very well. It's been incredibly busy in my life. There's a lot going on at the moment. It's absolutely chaos. But you know what? I wouldn't change it for the world. I love a bit of chaos. It keeps things very interesting. That's the truth. Sweden's in the house. Welcome, Patrick. Hope you're well. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So, again, I've got quite a bit to go through today. So maybe we can get a start on this. Because there is quite a bit to get through, and also I'm going to play my own video. No, I don't want to do that because we are live. There is a lot in the news today. We've got an article coming out today as well, and the stablecoin for Ripple is literally going to be a great impact for crypto and TradeFi or trade finance, says top economist right here. Again, Ripple CEO hailing the XRP ledger, incredibly bullish. Mike Novogratz says Bitcoin won't reach a new all-time high basically until this happens. We're going to get into that article. It's interesting. Crypto institutions gobble up billions of dollars of Bitcoin ETFs. Again, stockpiling, which is awesome to see that. Wells Fargo accused of aiding and abetting a $300 million Ponzi scheme. And it's amazing that these big institutions also get a slap on the wrist, really. There's a lot coming out about the Ethereum ETFs as well. Will they finally get approved? We're going to get into that. Genesis to return $3 billion to customers after the court approves the bankruptcy plan. And Solana, again, is up today, which is really, really nice to see that as well. I'm also going to go over my 3 commas bots. I did set up a couple of new bots today. I did share them in the community tab as well and in the Patreon. Just a little gift for everyone to try out and have a look at it. They actually have been quite profitable. Which is really nice to see that as well. Let's have a look here. We've got Nigeria in the house. Melbourne, welcome Lord, welcome Dylan. Very, very nice to see that. So there is quite a bit to go through. And of course, we're going to get to X, and there is so much going on X at the moment. It's wild. So we'll get to that. But let's get into the live stream. Massive shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you are new, make sure you smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification as well, because as you can see right here, I absolutely love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom, and of course, my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along this incredible journey. Things are getting very interesting in this space. Also, if you can give this live stream a thumbs up, watch it straight through, would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people, because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find, ladies and gentlemen, do that. All right, so make sure you give it a good thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. It's down there. Thank you very much. You all rock. Also, a little disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff. I do not want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yes, we don't like to lose. You can lose money like that in the blink of an eye in crypto. So please be careful out there. Do your own research and due diligence. This live stream and video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 81 people currently in here at the moment. We've got Sean from Adelaide. How you going? Alvaro from Chicago. Let's have a look here. Holger, One Dinsk Du Das XRP. I cannot speak. Is that German? I do apologize. I cannot speak German. I'm trying. When XRP is going to move, that's basically how I read that. Patience. We'll get into some interesting articles. Good day, Matthew, as well from Perth. A lot of Aussies in here tonight, and I guess, you know, people from all around the world, which is really, really cool. But let's get into the live stream. I'm sure a lot of people will join. Welcome. Mandalina from Brizzy, welcome. Send some of that warm weather down to Melbourne because it's freaking cold here at the moment. Now, straight to community tab today. Now, again, I did set up some new bots on Bybit with 3 commas, and these have been actually working incredibly well. So there is a link to Bybit if you want to use that. The link to 3 commas, again, I've been using this software for a while. These are literally the 2 bots that you can copy. Again, that's a little gift from me to everybody. Now, again, I've been using 3 commas now for coming up nearly 3 years in June, which is awesome. Incredible software. It doesn't touch, you don't deposit the money into 3 commas. It links up through an API key on your preferred exchange. I'm using Bybit to trade with leverage, and of course OKX with the spot trading. And my followers have been reporting positive gains, which is really, really nice as well. So the other on Friday, I set up this long bot. I'm actually up on that as well. And I did set up the short bot as well earlier this morning because, again, I need to make money both ways. This is how it works. So you trade the markets both up and down. Price goes up, price goes down, all right? Very, very bullish stuff. That is a little gift for everybody. Go check out the community tab. And again, you can use those links. Now, again, biggest crypto return for me this year has literally been Solana. I am not kidding. This thing is going parabolic, and we're just getting started. Let me know in the live chat what your top crypto return is, like which coin. Don't tell me how much. Never, ever, ever tell people how much you're holding or, to anyone. Literally never disclose that. Just, I'm curious about which crypto has been your best performer this year so far. For me, it has been Solana. And yes, Gucci is going crazy at the moment. We are live. I cannot control what she does. But yeah, let me know in the live chat. We've got a couple coming in through at the moment. We'll get to that after. But I can see Tau and Fetch. Very, very nice. A lot of these AI coins as well will be doing quite nicely. NVIDIA's earnings reports coming out as well this week. So keep an eye on that. Top altcoins in my portfolio, we had Ravane, Acro, Electronium, Hero, and Casper. We're literally the top gainers. Casper, in my opinion, is an absolute gem. Very, very nice to see Casper up today. Now, let's go to coin market cap. Then we'll get into all of the other stuff right here. We've got a total market cap of $2.42 trillion today. And it's been trading sideways for a very long time. It has been extremely effing annoying. Again, this was, still is a perfect time to dollar cost average because of the sideways movement in the market. $67,000 for Bitcoin and $3,100 for Ethereum. Fear and greed index is sitting at neutral at the moment. We are coming to greed, which again is, bound to happen. And the volume is starting to pick up. Yesterday, it was around about $40 billion. Today, it is at $61 billion. when the market tends to go parabolic, it needs to be up easily around the $150 to $200 billion. And again, we would see, you know, those insane prices for Bitcoin just touching that all-time high, which is nice as well. Open interest on the perpetuals is 158 billion, and the futures is 3.8 billion as well. Very, very nice to see that. And going to the coins, let's have a look again. I will actually show you my watch list, and this is my actual portfolio. I mean, I'm going to go quickly through some gems. Bitcoin sitting at $67,000 today. It is down 0.82%. Ethereum sitting at 3,100. Solana is up 2.09% at $177 which is quite nice to see this. And again, I dollar cost averaged into Solana when it was around $22 or $23, which is interesting as well. Very, very nice to see that. XRP's at 51 cents. Doge 15. Cardano at 46 cents. Shiba Inu, I'm still holding on to that SHIB. I haven't sold it. And again, I'm just waiting for them to do a significant burn with these coins because there is still a lot in circulation at the moment. TRX is at 12 cents. Polkadot's $7. Near Protocol $7.90. Matic's at 68. We have ICP at $12. Hedera 11 cents. Immutable X at $2.30. XLM is at 10 cents as well. VeChain, pain in the ass. It's still at 3 cents. And I'm still dollar cost averaging into it. Sui's $1.07. Phantom 88 cents. Theta's at $2.27. We have Gala at 4 cents as well. Quant put up a tweet just before I went live on the channel. Interesting low. I mean, this is all to do with central bank digital currencies. Quant did just literally put up a tweet about this, that everyone's going to be moving to central bank digital currencies and the blockchain. We'll get into that in a minute as well. Neo's at $14. Axie Infinity $7.19. Scrolling down, XDC at 3 cents. Insanely undervalued. Scrolling down some other gems. Casper at 2 cents today. AMP again in the pennies. LCX, for me, I'm incredibly bullish on it. It's an exchange. I'm fairly sure it's like Liechtenstein. I'm not entirely sure, but it's around that region anyway. But they are tokenizing diamonds, which is very nice. Constellation DAG at 3 cents. XYO is back in the pennies. I got into this very, very early. So again, almost at my buy-in. So again, I'm incredibly bullish on the project. Alien Worlds at 1 cent. Star Atlas in the pennies. Electronium. Veracity as well. Incredible for content creators. It's awesome for us creators right now because it gets rid of those fake views, and it's just really, really cool project. Anyway, that's in the pennies as well. Reef in the pennies. These are some lower cap gems. Ubix Network, again, it's like a Russian-based Ethereum. It is a layer 1 project, and of course, OMI token. I haven't used the VV app in quite a long time, so that is literally my portfolio. There you go. You've seen the coins that I'm holding. If you've just joined the live stream, welcome to the live stream. Let's go to Crypto Bubbles, and yes, before I do have the Wall Street Bull University linked below. This is my official Patreon page where I put up all my buys, sells, trades, indicators, trading bots, all the link to my 3 commas bots. You can literally go in there and copy them. Again, there's also a lot to do with my dividend investing as well. Monday nights are my dollar cost averaging night for Wall Street. So every single week I've set an amount of money on auto, and I just go and pick the stocks that I want to add to the portfolio. And that generates cash flow, again, every single day. No BS, all right? So it's really, really cool. That's all in the Wall Street Bull University. And there is 2013 posts in there, and we're like 930 plus members now. So again, there is a free membership to this, and of course there's the paid one, which would really goes a lot to help me as well do this. And thank you very much. It's just me running it, no one else. You're speaking to me directly in here, so if you feel like messaging me, you can direct message me, and you can also speak to everybody in the chat feature, which is awesome. So go join up. The link is below, Bulls. You will not regret it. Let's go to 3 commas, because I'm going to show you these 2 bots that I set up today. And of course, the short bot is, just literally started not long ago, but I've got these trading at the moment. Let me just show you guys because I think it's really, really cool. And again, the market's always volatile, so I decided to capture that market when it moves down. And I've got 194 pairs trading on 12x leverage. Now, I just want to point out, if you are not comfortable with trading with leverage, do not do it. Very, very, very simple, all right? Don't go crazy with leverage. I've seen some pretty big liquidations. I'm not kidding. But it does make money if you know how to set it up correctly and set up the right parameters. Anyway, look at all the coins that I'm trading. Let's have a look and scroll down here. I think that's very, very cool to show you this. All right, so again, I've got 20 deals on this at the moment. My base order size is like 5 USDT, and I want these trading 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? 12x leverage, using an RSI indicator right here, taking 1.5% profits. And I've got the safety orders set at 5 USDT right there and taking 30 safety orders. So again, the market would need a significant correction of about 60% again for these to be actually liquidated. But anyway, that literally just started up. And of course, I've got the 195 pair as well, trading on 12x leverage on a long position. I did set up some ones with, interestingly though, with ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT for, what is it, 4.0 or 40 or something like that. It's weird. Anyway, so I've asked it to analyze the setups. So I'm going to share these bots as well in the Patreon, because it's going to be interesting. Like, I literally asked it, this is the premium version, if the setups were correct and if it could recommend any other suggestions. And interestingly, it gave me the RSI indicator used in conjunction with the MACD, so moving average, which is really nice as well. So that's all going to be shared in the Patreon. Go join up, ladies and gents. And if you're new to the live stream, welcome. Let's have a quick look at crypto bubbles. And we have on the hour today, we've got BCH, or Bitcoin Cash, still up 327%, which is ridiculous this year. 14 on the week and 3.3 on the month at $497. And of course, we've got Bitcoin SV. It sounds like a Lamborghini. That is currently up 90% this year. Currently trading at $66.63. Does anyone actually hold these? Let me know in the live chat. Does anyone actually hold Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin SV? I'm curious about that. Say is a gem in my opinion. This is up, 10% on the week. That's at 53 cents. I'm bullish on Sui and Say. As you can see, Sui as well. It is still at $1. It's up 11% this week. I am still trying to dollar cost more into Sui and Say. And of course, Solana's up 779% this year. And on the day, we're up 2.5. On the week, 25%. On the month, 23% as well. This is still undervalued. Honestly, in my opinion, this is incredibly undervalued. And Gucci is walking around right now. There you go. You can see her. There she is. Anyway, let's get into the news, ladies and gents, because this is very, very interesting. And I really agree with this. I mean, this Ripple stablecoin, I cannot wait for this to start. And because I will be using it for sure. It would be nice to have, the utility aspect of Ripple stablecoin and be able to trade with that. I just can't wait for that. Anyway, we've got in a recent contribution to Finextra, Carlo R.W. Di Magia, an independent economist and owner of Di Magia Independent Financial Services Advisory, long names, provided an in-depth analysis of Ripple's upcoming stablecoin launch. And we can see that he nearly 4 decades of experience of institutions such as ABN, AMRO, and the Royal Bank of Scotland describes the initiative as a potential game changer for both crypto sector and traditional finance or trade finance, which is nice. Ripple unveiled its plan to introduce a stablecoin pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar, aiming to be a crucial development in bridging traditional finance, TradeFi, and decentralized finance, which is interesting. And this move has been positively received across both sectors, reflecting a rising institutional interest in the stablecoin market. And Carlo remarked Ripple stablecoin launch is expected to be a game changer on the XRP Ledger ecosystem. The stablecoin will initially launch on both the XRP Ledger and the Ethereum blockchain. Adhering to the ERC20 token standard, this dual launch is intended to enhance adoption, utility across different blockchain ecosystems, and Ripple plans to expand to additional blockchains and DeFi protocols over time, emphasizing interoperability and seamless interaction between various networks, which is really nice as well. Partly the reason why I'm extremely bullish on Chainlink as well, because their interoperability is huge. There she is right there. She's having a bit of she's going for the wine. Right. Gucci, get away from the wine. That's mine. There we go. Anyway, keep moving on, guys. The integration with the stablecoin with major crypto exchanges could increase its accessibility and liquidity, facilitating easier trading and wider adoption by individual users. However, no decisions have been made on which exchanges will initially trade on. I personally would love to trade with Ripple stablecoin. I cannot wait for that. It's just going to form part of everything as well. So I'm a bit blurry right now. What's going on with the camera? There we go. We're back. So again, what do you think about that? Will you trade with Ripple stablecoin? Or are you still going to continue to trade with USDT or USDC? Let me know. I'm curious about that, but I'm still bullish on that. Yes, we've got some updates again from Brad Garlinghouse. The Ripple CEO hails the XRP Ledger Q1 automatic market maker launch. Key milestone on the XRP's Q1 performance right now. Again, I'm bullish on this, the automatic market maker as well. I want to get to this news article in relation to that because I think that's incredible to basically document this as well, because this is going to give us some opportunity to earn some passive income potentially. But Brad Garlinghouse is confident that the launched automatic market maker will shake up the DeFi big wigs like Uniswap and PancakeSwap, who currently dominate the DeFi panorama. And just after its debut, it received a series of first liquidity pools, which is bullish. And according to Garlinghouse, XRP's automatic market maker offers a wide range of new features, functionalities, including token swaps and bridges, which will bring new ideas and innovations to XRP ecosystem. And exceptionally, Ripple's quarterly report also highlighted the growing demand for spot Bitcoin ETFs in the northern and southern regions. In Q1, Bitcoin's price hitting a new all-time high, and the Securities Exchange Commission approved Bitcoin ETFs in Jan, which is crazy as well. But the automatic market maker is interesting with the liquidity pools because, again, you could potentially earn passive income from that, which is very, very nice. And I guess, we've all been waiting a very long time to do that. And by the way, has anyone actually tried them out? I'm curious about that because I saw a lot of people up at the XRP on the Gold Coast, and there were a few people up there that actually tried this out and earning that income. But there are risks associated with that as well. So just keep that one in mind. So again, I get a lot of questions about this, about XRP staking. You cannot stake XRP. It's not a proof of stake network. Just making that very clear. If you see anything out there that suggests that, please be careful. It is a scam. Mike Novogratz says Bitcoin won't reach a new all-time high until this happens. Again, we'll get to this quickly. Novogratz forecasted that Bitcoin's price will likely remain within the trading range of $55,000 to $75,000 in the near term, which is quite normal, by the way. And yes, Gucci's going crazy. He pointed out the substantial changes in the macroeconomic environment are essential for Bitcoin to break past its previous high of $73,000 US. Specifically, he mentioned the Federal Reserve rate cuts as a critical catalysts that could drive Bitcoin higher. Yeah, I think a lot of rates around the world do need to be cut. But I think we need a bit of a range between 55 and 75. It's probably closer to 57 than 73. We've probably put the low and the high in. I do believe the next move up is because I do think we're getting close to the election, which is in November, by the way. And Fed Jerome Powell is going to want to cut rates. And Novogratz discussed how a slowing economy might benefit Bitcoin. However, he stressed that Bitcoin, to make a significant gain, either the Federal Reserve needs to act by cutting interest rates, or there must be major development in crypto regulations, which are coming whether we like it or not. And this is going to be through regulation by enforcement. It's inevitable because of Gary Gensler. Let me skip these ads here, guys, because I get these pop-ups. I'm not giving you guys any ads. So there you go. Interest rate cuts, that needs to occur, and it needs to occur around the world. Now, moving on quickly, we've got institutions gobble up billions in Bitcoin ETF stockpiling 250,000 Bitcoin, which is wild to see this. Keep down here. The tides are turning in the cryptocurrency world. The institutional investors making a big splash in the Bitcoin ETFs funds, while retail investors seem content on the sidelines. Don't do that. Continue to have a plan and dollar cost average. A recent reporting to the block paints the picture of a two-tiered market where hedge funds and even more pensions are accumulating Bitcoin through the ETFs, which they actually are. Into the Block's data shows that these whales have collectively amassed an additional 250,000 Bitcoins, bringing their coffers back to the levels last seen before the FTX collapse in 2023, which for me was an ideal time, by the way, because Solana's price absolutely slammed down below like levels we've never seen before. So that's when I took that opportunity. Hedge funds, long expected to be driving the force behind the institutional adoption, have lived up to the hype. Financial giants like Millennium Management have reportedly invested billions of dollars in Bitcoin ETFs, signaling their confidence in the future of cryptocurrency. Public pensions are also getting into the game, which is huge as well. Wisconsin making a splash of $160 million investment into Bitcoin ETFs as well. Very, very nice to see that. Don't go selling, just have a plan. Now, just put this in here for a bit of fun because this happens on a regular basis, right? But Wells Fargo accused of aiding and abetting an alleged $300 million Ponzi scheme with more than 1,000 victims, which is crazy. And it's amazing that cryptocurrency, whenever there's an issue or, you know, someone's done something, it just gets portrayed in the media for bad shit, right? But when it comes to Wall Street giants like Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, they've all had issues like this, but you've never heard of them. But anyway, we've got here the lawsuit accuses Wells Fargo of monitoring both sides of an alleged $300 million Ponzi scheme and doing nothing to stop it. Of course not, because they're getting a cut out of it, right? Plaintiffs for the lawsuit accused the US bank of unjust enrichment, negligence, aiding and abetting fraud, and breaching fiduciary duties. This is from the Sun Sentinel right here. In July 2021, the Florida Office Financial Regulation filed a complaint against the insurance company. You can see the Seaman Holtz for multiple violations of securities laws, and the complaint alleges that this particular insurance company engaged in the sale of unregistered securities after issuing $300 million of promissory notes that were supposedly backed by life insurance policies. See all this stuff that goes on in Wall Street? You hardly ever hear about it. Unbelievable. SEC and the Ethereum ETFs. I'm going to be very interested to see what happens here, but the SEC faces a crucial deadline. Let me just get rid of these freaking pop-ups this week to decide on the approval of the exchange-traded funds based on Ethereum. According to social media, Nate Grassi, president of the ETF SOAR. And so Nate, an industry expert on ETFs, highlighted the SEC's two-pronged review process in his online post. The process requires approval of both the 19B-4 filings, which we saw with the Bitcoin ones as well, which address the exchange rule changes, and the S1 registration statements. Both filings are essential for bringing Ethereum ETFs to market. And you can see Nate expressed concern that the SEC might delay, of course they will, the approval of the S1 filings, even if the 19B-4 filings are green-lit. And the speculation stems from the SEC's recent lack of engagement on the issue and the inherent complexities of the crypto products. Such delays would allow listings of their ETFs, but they could not be traded until the S1 filing receives approval. The SEC's decision on Ethereum ETFs is keenly awaited. Approval could facilitate broader mainstream adoption of Ethereum, offering more regulated and secure investment options for crypto investors. So we are all waiting for this. And Gary Gensler is going to be an absolute pain in the ass, but we have to wait. And who knows what Gary Gensler is brewing at the SEC offices as well in Washington, D.C. They could be definitely going after Ethereum as a security. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. And this is an interesting one that came out today, but Genesis to return $3 billion to customers after court approves bankruptcy plan. Genesis Global gets court approval to repay $3 billion to customers. Judge Sean Lane overruled an objection from Genesis parent company Digital Currency Group, and DCG argued payments to be in the US value of assets as the bankruptcy filing in 2023. So the payouts will represent about 77% of its customers' claims. However, the payout doesn't include Digital Currency Group, the parent company of Genesis Global, which is an absolute nightmare. Development comes after the US bankruptcy. Judge Sean Lane approved the Chapter 11 bankruptcy plan. Genesis Global and subsidiaries filed in January 2023. Look how long it takes. So again, 70% of its customers' claims. So it's not all of it, but it's some of it. And FTX needs to get a move on right there and stop paying off congressmen and women right there. Again, all that money should be returned, but I doubt it. Solana is up today. What's next for Solana? And last week, again, was a tremendous success for Solana as the token's price rallied substantially. Yes, it did. According to CoinMarketCap, Sol's price surged by more than 20% in the last 7 days, allowing it to touch $175 US, and it's currently trading at 177. At the time of writing, the trading was 174, but with a market cap over 78.2 billion, the decline from 175 also had a negative impact on the token's social metrics. And again, I'm incredibly bullish on it. What to expect? AM Crypto then analysed Sol's on-chain metrics to see whether investors should expect a massive surge in the near term. As per our analysis, Sol's funding rate had increased sharply. A rise in the metric meant that derivatives investors were buying Solana. According to CoinGlass data, Solana's open interest also increased, which might serve as a push for the coin's weekly rally as well. So very, very nice to see that. I'm still dollar cost averaging into Solana. Honestly, I've seen so much analysis on this, even from Raoul Powell. It's been incredible. If you're just new to the live stream, welcome to the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at the net inflow, and then we're going to get to X because there's a few interesting things coming up here. We've got money going into Solana. Number one, Ethereum, Bitcoin. We have IOTA. Interesting. Sologenic. We have BCH, Bitcoin Cash. Let's have a look here. We've got WIF as well, and Render Token. So IOTA, haven't seen that one there for a long time. People are buying up IOTA. Very, very nice. Let's go to X, ladies and gents. By the way, if you have any questions, leave them up in the live chat. I'll get to those. Let's have a look here. And welcome again to the X page. By the way, this is my official Twitter page or X page. I'm still getting used to the change, to be honest with you. And there are a lot of fakes out there. But anyway, this is an interesting one. I put this up for a reason, but just cancelled my Apple TV and swapped for monthly recurring buy of Bitcoin. That is a smart move. Sure, at these prices, it's just 15.7k Satoshis, but regardless, it's one of those set, click, forget things you can do. I agree. Maybe it can help inspire someone else as well. Interestingly, I honestly experienced I've gotten better habits replacing unhealthy things with addiction to stack sats. Bitcoin. And even Bitcoin goes into the grave, it still helps me readjust away for low quality dopamine. I agree. Very, very nice. Now, again, investing.com, Wall Street, 2024 performance. We've got the Dow up 6.1%. S&P is up 11%. NASDAQ up is 11% as well. Russell 2000 is up 3.3. VIX is down 3.7. NVIDIA, 86%. That is incredible. I do own a particular covered call ETF on NVIDIA, NVDY, I believe it's called. Go check it out. It's fascinating. And yes, Bitcoin is up 58.2%. That is bullish. Let's have a listen to Gary Cardone on Bitcoin because he believes he still doesn't have enough allocation to Bitcoin. You can never have enough Bitcoin. Have a listen to this.
But again, these aren't about protocols. These aren't about their blueprint. It's not about their management team. It's not about their revenue, their network, their anything. It's about just riding a wave here. And I'm more likely to tell you that was a mistake in 6 months than I'm going to tell you that nothing I'm doing on Bitcoin is going to be a mistake. And I have a monster position that's still not the right allocation. I'm still under allocated.
I wonder what Michael Saylor, he basically says. I think he just wants to buy more. Interestingly, we have a lot of hedge funds right here. 52%. Which is incredible, hold a position for Bitcoin ETF. So we've got Citadel here, we've got Millennium Management, Mariner Investment Group, we have Renaissance Tech, we've got .72 DE Shore, Veriton Fund Management right here, we've got Garda Capital. Just trying to see if, I know definitely Citadel, that's a huge company right there, Sculptor Capital, so a couple of these I don't really know, but Millennium Management right here has quantity of Bitcoin, 27,000, which is a huge allocation. Very, very nice to see that. Scrolling down, Craig Wright, a judge in the UK, just published his ruling on the COPA versus Craig Wright lawsuit that Craig is not Satoshi Nakamoto. Massive victory for Bitcoin. Having a look at this, let's just zoom in here. Thus, Dr. Wright presents himself as an extremely clever person. However, let me just bring this judgment, he is not nearly as clever as he thinks he is in both his written evidence and in days of oral evidence under cross-examination. I am entirely satisfied that Dr. Wright lied to the court extensively and repeatedly. Most of his lies related to this document he had forgot, which purported to support his claim. All his lies and forged documents were in support of his biggest lie, he's claimed to be Satoshi Nakamoto. He's not Satoshi Nakamoto. Finally, though, there was an interview with Brad Garlinghouse, which I did share on the channel earlier this afternoon. Did Brad Garlinghouse let something slip in that interview? That maybe David Schwartz is potentially Satoshi Nakamoto? Maybe. Let me know in the live chat what you think about that, because there's a lot there. I mean, he's been in crypto for a long time. Very, very interesting. And again, a lot of the Ripple developers were working on the Bitcoin network. So, yeah, that came out today. So go and have a look at that on the channel. It's up there in the shorts page, by the way. Breaking Bitcoin balance on exchanges just reached a 5-year low of 2.2 million Bitcoin. That is it. It is going down every single day. Central banks are buying twice as much gold than before. And ETFs are buying 4.5 times more Bitcoin than being mined. I agree. It's an era of hard money, and there's no second best. I totally agree with that. There's going to be a switch that'll be flipped very, very soon. Floki as well will be burnt. 15.2 billion tokens worth $3 million on May 22nd. That's 2 days away. In line with the latest DAO vote, which is interesting. And of course, whenever there's a token burn, you will see a price move up. Now, this is the one tweet, I should say, from Quant. Our latest use case, which explores how Overledger and Quant's real-time tokenization solution enable organizations to tokenize their deposits and add programmability to money. And again, this is interesting, but look at this. With central bank digital currencies expected to become prevalent in the next 5 to 10 years, it makes sense to now tokenize commercial bank balances. Interesting tweet right there. Fascinating. I'm incredibly bullish on Quant, by the way. Yes, gold prices have hit a fresh new record today. Great. Those of you who are investing in gold. And yes, again, the SEC vs Ripple case. Thank you, Jack, for this tweet. But according to the court schedule, the SEC and Ripple, any third parties must file briefs opposing to the ominous letter motions. Getting into the legal term or legalese. The court will then rule on the ominous sealing motions after the court ruling. The parties have 14 days to file redacted versions of all documents. What a nightmare. All I see when I hear this is dollar signs for lawyers. It's freaking insane how much they've spent on this. Someone literally moved $1 billion worth of Bitcoin on the weekend for only $7 in fees. $7 to move $1 billion. If you tried to do this with fiat currency, not only would you, in Australia anyway, it would get flagged. You would need foreign investment approval, or FIRB. All kinds of shit would happen to this. But literally you can move seamlessly around the world instantaneously. It takes a bit of time on the Bitcoin network, but for $7. Wow. Genesis, again, we went through that. Yes, these are my trading bots. Now, Dave Ramsey just falls into the category for me of studying the technicals and won't change on that. Andre Jick, who, again, I'm a fan of. I do follow his channel as well. But Dave Ramsey needs to get educated on Bitcoin because he hasn't even read the white paper in full. Have a listen to this.
Right. Have you ever studied the technicals of Bitcoin at all? Like, have you read the white paper or understood like how it works?
Sure.
In any way?
Yeah. I've not gone into nowhere near like you have.
Sure.
I'm sure. You're probably much more of an expert on it than I. But it just falls into a category. The technicals won't change it for me.
Right. Have you ever?
This is what you call, I'm not hating on Dave Ramsey, but like this is the old school mentality. And I see this every single day in my job. People either like Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies or they freaking hate it. And I remember last year, I'm not going to name names, but I had a very heated debate at a lunch meeting about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Literally, that was not a pretty discussion over lunch. Very, very heated debate. And basically it was being called a Ponzi scheme and a scam and all kinds of bullshit. But this is the traditional world that we're battling against. And this needs to change because it is going to change. Very, very much so. Spot, again, gold hitting new all-time highs. That is bullish. And moving on down here, let's have a look. This was an interview back in 2019. I thought it was interesting. Discussing the possibility of a Bitcoin ETF as well. And lo and behold, this year we got those Bitcoin ETFs as well. Have a listen to this because I think it's interesting. and it's only going to get bigger. Just
About
fascinating.
1% of your money in Bitcoin, but the fact is there's no Bitcoin ETF. Bitcoin has suffered from the lack of a Bitcoin ETF. Trading is way down. We've got several that are in registration with the SEC, but they've made it very clear what their concerns are. Handicap this. What's the chances of seeing a Bitcoin ETF?
It's virtually certain. The only question is when, and I don't know how soon it'll happen. The SEC has several legitimate, thoughtful concerns that the industry has to overcome, but I'm confident that they will. And eventually we will see a Bitcoin ETF, and it's at that stage that I will be much more comfortable recommending that ordinary investors participate.
And how, again, the SEC's principal concern, there's two of them. Number one is custody.
Yes.
You have to show us that you have a secure chain of custody, just like the stock market does and everybody else. And number two, overseas trading, where most of the prices are set on platforms that we don't control at all. These are not easy things to overcome.
True, but we've got some serious players. Fidelity has made a major announcement in the custody issue. We've got Kingdom Trust and a number of other very serious players on the custody side. I'm confident that in very short order, Van Eck or Bitwise will satisfy the custody concern of the SEC. Manipulation is another one. I put Bitcoin in the same category as oil and gold. Globally traded assets beyond the control of the SEC, and the SEC is just going to have to shrug and say, that's the way it is.
You have a very interesting point about the 1% argument, and we only have a brief period to do this, but explain why 1% is worth it having in your portfolio, given how volatile it is, and people say, no, you can't, it's not appropriate for my investment.
And it's because of the volatility. It works to your advantage. Instead of having volatility of 2 or 3% a day, this thing, typically you can see go up 10 or 20% in a day. We've seen 1,500% in a year. And that ridiculous level of volatility is what makes the bet, if it wins, a huge winner, but if it loses, it's 1% of the portfolio. It's immaterial.
It's really a numbers game. It's actually an interesting argument, and the volatility is the key. So if you get up, 20%, you're all of a sudden now you're up nicely for the day on that investment. But if you're down, it doesn't.
It's an alternative strategy, and the thing is, there's pent-up demand. We interview advisors all the time. 74% say they've talked to clients about their interest in Bitcoin. So they need to step up when this happens, because that money's going to go elsewhere, and you want to make sure you manage that as part of the pool.
And this is the thing, right? We're only just on the tip of the iceberg right here. I mean, really, when you start talking pension funds and sovereign wealth funds, governments, it's all going to be tying into this, and it's only a matter of time. So it's very, very bullish. That article was very, very bullish. What normies think crypto traders look like, yeah, I agree. It's very, very different. Now, is anyone going to be watching the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight? This is crazy. I mean, look, it is what it is, but honestly, Jake Paul, come on, man. Mike Tyson, all it's going to take is a switch to be flipped in this. I'm very big on combat sports, and of course, this is one. I'm going to play this. Have a listen to this.
I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off the other day. He's fat. I thought, did you start training already?
Buster Douglas was fat, am I right?
I know, but you're no Buster Douglas. He's not going to win. Look at, he couldn't even knock out Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is 40 pounds. How's he going to knock me out? What's the other guy? Anderson Silva. He didn't knock those little guys. How's he going to knock me out? Who did he knock out? Who did he knock out? Little children. He didn't knock out, never knocked out a real man. Come on. I can't even get mad at this guy because everybody knows this guy's talking out of his ass. And stealing money. I'm up here just stealing money fighting him. Well,
I just put that in there for a bit of fun, but honestly, I can't wait to see this because, again, yeah, all right, there's probably a lot of conditions in the contract, but I will say that there's a switch that'll be flipped with Mike, and he's training like crazy right now. I can't wait for this. I cannot wait for this. Honestly, it's going to be incredible. Again, Jake the Ripple put this video up as well. Ripple doesn't care about you. XRP's not for retail. XRP's for the big players. This is an interesting video. I'm going to have a play of this. Hopefully I don't get banned if there's any music. I think there was, but we'll have a play of this because it's fascinating. Have a listen to this if it wants to play.
So blockchain is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And so it's not just how to facilitate commerce. There are other applications, whether it's NFTs, whether it's, selling real estate, whether it's, any type of financial ledger that can be recorded for posterity's sake. This is here to stay.
At some point, you have to say that DC9 should go into the garbage can, and you need to get a new plane. And so we got a new plane, and it became very efficient, and we saved a lot of money, and everybody was happy. At some point, we need to do that with the financial system, So a lot of what we discovered is that friction or difficulties is cherished also by some intermediaries because they make money out of it.
We have the technology to allow every financial institution on the planet to settle with every other financial institution in a compatible jurisdiction in any asset in seconds for less than a penny.
The idea that most of crypto is about replacing the centralized banking system with networks that allow user control versus bank CEO control.
But imagine every financial institution settling with every other financial institution in seconds for less than a penny, any asset. That's fundamentally transformative.
Here's the list of all Ripple partnerships. You can, of course, see all these different, man, this is crazy. But these are all, there's SBI Holdings right there, just bank after bank after bank after bank. I mean, there it is, guys. This is probably just what is in, the coffer.
Ripple is not an ordinary company. We are not here to have a small market share or do X, do Y, and make small amount of money or something to happen. We are here to make a dent in the universe. Either we will change the remittance universe, the way you understand, the way value gets transferred across the world, between people, between institutions, or we will just fade away.
That is insane right there. And, people need to realize this. It's not just about the price of a coin going, whatever it is. You need to think they're going to change the financial world forever. But still, people just get so frustrated about that. Get my head off there. But anyway, that was just incredibly bullish. Yes, we've got some big news coming out for the SEC and Ripple as well. So keep an eye on that as well. Phantom Wallet is on the rise on the App Store. And again, Solana season is going to be big. I agree with that. Now, this is what I wanted to get in. There's 193 people that are tuning in right now. This is interesting. Did he actually just mention something about Satoshi or Bitcoin, maybe David Schwartz? Have a listen to this interview because, there's something there. I don't know. Have a listen to this, all right? It's fascinating. Have a listen.
Agree with Joe. I will correct one thing right out of the gates. Ripple did not actually issue XRP. The XRP ledger is an open source, decentralized technology, not dissimilar to Bitcoin. And some of the creators of the XRP ledger actually had been early engineers that worked on Bitcoin, and they saw some of the scalability problems that Bitcoin was likely to have, the speed, both from an energy consumption, cost, some of the other problems, and they wanted to build a better digital asset to solve some of these problems. Agree with Joe.
What do you think about that? Let me know in the live chat. And by the way, if you have any questions, put them up there. We'll get to those in a moment. I'm just going to skip these ads because I'm not going to give you guys ads. Anyway, moving on. Yes, Jim Cramer putting out a bullish tweet. There is no way Bitcoin is going to $1 million. And every time, inverse Cramer, everyone's always made money right there, which is crazy. Tom Emmer. And this guy in Congress is bullish, saying, but crypto has shifted the economic power from centralized institutions back into the hands of the people. Right? The CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act, the Securities Clarity Act, and the FIT 21 will provide the regulatory certainty needed to ensure that Web3 is designed with our American values. Very, very nice to see that as well. And of course, JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon putting out bullshit yet again. Thank you, JP Morgan. But says Bitcoin mining costs has dropped as insufficient miners have basically exited the network. The bank also doesn't see any upside for Bitcoin in the near term due to a number of headwinds. Meanwhile, they're buying a significant amount of Bitcoin as well. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This is the kind of stuff that they put out, or big players, to put fear in the retail markets. This shit happens all the time. Don't listen to it, please. Anyway, that's pretty much it for X. And let's just end up on this one as well. But market cap doesn't matter for XRP. Again, XRP is not a company. Have a listen to this Brad Garlinghouse interview. Thank you, Jack, as well for this tweet. And we're going to get to your questions. Put some questions up there and we'll start talking. I don't care what it is. Just put it up there. Let's have a listen to the Brad.
from the get-go, Ripple has worked with regulators, and we have worked with regulated institutions like banks where there isn't regulatory uncertainty. And so we have found that part of the reason why XRP has performed well is because people realize, hey, wait a minute, back to your question, is XRP the next Bitcoin? Back to your question, is XRP the next Bitcoin? If we work with the system to solve this problem, and we can solve that problem at scale, a problem measured in the trillions of dollars, then there's a lot of opportunity to create value in XRP.
There you go. Is it the next Bitcoin? Let me know in the live chat. Anyway, let's go to CoinMarketCap. And if you have any questions, let's get into it. I'm going to speak to everybody now. And if you tuned in, thank you very much for tuning into the live stream. Let's have a look right here. I'm going to scroll all the way up here. Let's go. So, keep scrolling up right here. All right, let's have a look. Patrick, how is Gucci? Gucci's good. She's sleeping at the moment, watching CNBC. And who's on here at the moment? They're talking about crude prices and oil. So again, very interesting, but she's watching CNBC. She gets so drained watching it, which is hilarious. Let's have a look. Sean, hi from Adelaide, Chicago. Matthew from Perth. Let's have a look here. Casper, an amazing investment at the moment with 10 to 12% APY staking. It never had a bull run. I reckon $1 to $3 is bull run. Yeah, I'm very bullish on Casper. I genuinely am bullish on Casper. There's some real big things happening on the Casper network. They are working with IBM and Alphabet, which is, of course, is Google. Very, very nice to see that. Let's have a look here. Some gainers, Solana, XRP, and Bitcoin for me. Hello from Austria. Welcome, Nextra. Interesting, Nextra I'm bullish on as well. Solana, with Solana. We've got CB Pound, I believe that is. XRP, my personal opinion, will hit $50 to $70 this bull run. Anything is possible. Definitely. Dusty, how you going? Let's have a look here. Sol and HBAR have been my biggest gains this year, and there's plenty more to come. I agree, Dusty. 100%. Shane, I'm all in on XDC, XRP, and Casper. Very nice. Let's have a look on Europe. Mandalina, we've got 40x on Tower. That's incredible. Velo, 47% staking. I should look into that and do a bit of an analysis on that for sure. Matthew right here. Nvidia earning on the 22nd. If good, the AOI. Oh my God, the AI coins will be pumping. Yes, I agree. Waiting for those Nvidia earnings reports as well. It's going to be fascinating. Let's see what happens there. I mean, it's just going to blow out all expectations. Nvidia is just going crazy with artificial intelligence and the chips at the moment. Smash the like button. Give this dude some love. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Tired Indra right here. Tired of waiting for uncertainty. It does happen. There is a lot of uncertainty with investing. I'm just putting that out there. You can never be certain because you never know where the market's going to go. That is why it's called diversification, because if you're split up and you're diversified in your investments, whatever it may be, you will potentially see some gains right here. Fonzie, clock on. Let's have a look here. Razzie, I'm feeling positive about the bull market. Time for another espresso. Awesome, Razzie. Go and have one for me. Matthew, give us your best drum solo. I think I'd piss a lot of the neighbors off right now because it's 9:20 p.m. So, yeah, I'll have to do it like a live stream and then just do like get some recording gear up and do a bit of a drum solo whilst doing a crypto update. That'd be hilarious. Let's have a look. Thank you, mate. 1 a.m. here. I left the thumbs up. Night, people. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Does Ripple have the offline wallet available? I have to check that. But there is definitely the ability to send XRP offline. That is for sure. Let's have a look here. Smush from Birmingham, the motherland. Welcome. Jason right here. Good morning from Lake Jackson, Texas, buddy, just south of Houston. Hey, all, can I say go XRP and go ICP? ICP, Internet Computer. What is that doing today? Let's have a look. It's currently down 2.75%. I did buy some ICP again when it was at that level during the crypto winter. Let's have a look right now. ICP is supposed to go up over 200%. Very interesting. It's going to take some time. Let's have a look. We've got Dean right here. Sounds Japanese if it can't be him. Okay. Let's have a look. XRP being used to shed a load of financial institutions that we don't know about but has been hinted by Uphold CEO, Dead Coin Air, the price is suppressed for a reason. I agree with that comment. Price has been definitely suppressed. We've got Natasha. Thoughts on XRP 262? First seen in the movie Sneakers with XRP. I've been tracking it on Lobster for a month. Weird thing is the price is at $71 dated 30th of May. Interesting. I have to have a look into that for sure. Let's have a look. Yes, XRP will moon. I'm sure it will. All cryptos are going to moon. We just need to be patient with it. XRP is a sleeping giant. Yes, I agree. Let's have a look here. Let's keep scroll down. Hey, mate, what if David Schwartz is Satoshi Nakamoto? If David Schwartz is Satoshi Nakamoto, that would be the biggest kept secret of all time. Maybe he is. Seriously, I don't know. Maybe he is, honestly. I mean, there was patents put out, you know, what was it, 1988, the year I was born? So maybe it's David Schwartz. I don't know. What do you think about that? I mean, it'd be pretty cool if it is, to be honest. Let's have a look here. Next Bitcoin right here. We've got Get Down with Your XRP. Yeah, you know me. Joe, that's why he's still working. Let's have a look here. I believe Quant could be the next Bitcoin. Quant has definitely got less of a supply than Bitcoin. And again, I do have a position in that. But it's interesting though, the tokenomics are fascinating with Quant. Has less of a supply than Bitcoin, 14.88 million, and currently in circulation is 12 million Quant, which is interesting. I mean, this thing should be flying right now. So it's been trading sideways for a long time. It's almost at my dollar cost entry point, by the way. So we'll see where this goes because I'm just going to buy more of it, to be honest. A couple more questions right here. When's the settlement due? XRP to the moon. September, I believe, is the what analysts, a lot of people are saying out there for September for Judge Torres to give a ruling on this case. So we'll keep an eye on that. Beats, hey Bull, do you know anything about staking XRP on Axon? Is it no? Don't stake XRP anywhere. It's not a proof of stake network. So the only way that I know of that is legit is through the automatic market makers and the liquidity pools. It's extremely complicated, and if you don't know what you're doing, stay away from it, please. But there are no ways to stake XRP because it is not a proof of stake network, right? Such as like Solana or Ethereum, or Cardano, I should say as well. So just be careful of that. There's a lot of scams out there at the moment. Let's have a look here. Sean, how do you feel about ABT? Let's have a look. Let's have a look about ABT. Get the ticker symbol up right now. So this is ARC block, right? I don't know too much about this one, but I mean, look at that return all in the last year is 4,800%. Whoa, that is insane. Unbelievable. Tokenomics right here, 186 million. Circulating is at 98 million at the moment. Market cap 418, so it's definitely a low cap gem. I don't know, I'll have to have a look into this and do a bit of a deep dive. But yeah, it's interesting. That return's ridiculous. Let's have a look here. XRP smokes it. I like your name, by the way. What are your thoughts on the XRPL automatic market maker and the comments on low yields it provides? Would it be better than the XRP ledger if widely adopted? Greets from Belgium. Yeah, look, I'm not too privy about the XRPL automatic market makers. It's quite complex. The yields are extremely low as well. And again, simply just, you know, my strategy is this. I'm just going to buy and continue to buy more and dollar cost average into it. Just hold and wait for the right time to you know, jump off this bandwagon, because I think, you know, we haven't even seen the true utility of this yet. So again, I honestly believe peak of the bull market, again, towards the end of this year, mid to 2025, that's when things will get pretty wild, just in my opinion, and I will take profits off the table with all my assets and still maintain positions. So at least 40 to 50%, and the rest of the, you know, the balance of those coins, I will continue to hold again for long term, because again, we're still very, very new in this technology. At least the next 5 to 10 years, that's for sure. So you got to think long term. Always think long term. And again, those investments I'll be definitely putting into a dividend style portfolio, which will generate income for generations to come. So basically, that's where I'm at with that. If you don't mind doing a research video on ABT after my own research, I feel it could reach anywhere between $50 to $80. Well, we'll see what happens. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Anyway, bulls, that is pretty much it for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed the live stream. Thank you to those 841 people that have tuned in. And, you know, it's a very quiet time in the markets, as you can see right here. Going to the coins, though, Bitcoin's starting to pick up because, again, Wall Street's waking up. It is Monday. And, yeah, great time to dollar cost average. And if you have not joined the Wall Street Bull University, go join up because, again, incredibly bullish times and news articles that go into there, guys. But thank you very much. And I'll speak to everyone tomorrow. Have a good night, a good afternoon, and a good morning. And if it's morning, wherever you are in the world, make sure you have an espresso, all right, guys? Thank you so much, everyone. I'll speak to everyone soon, all right? Take care of yourselves. Peace out. Bye.